self-made, independent, ho, I'm all about my businesses. I consistently continue to bring energy and know that keep it popping like I'm full of electricity. Try to hold me out, I wish you would have the audacity. Take a rap laxative, now I'm shitting on the industry. Self-made, not a title, cause it's my identity. And wear it on my skin like it's a part of my ethnicity. Mary keep on blowing like instruments in the symphony. That keep a player buzzing like Twitter when you mention me. Being 100's a everyday living tendency. And ain't faced by hating, it makes me increase my intensity.
YouTube world, what is good? Y'all know what time it is. The one man, 4,000 flavor of DFW Sports. You super fan from the DFW land, baby. Y'all know how we rock every time we come up on this channel and we go live, baby. Y'all know what it is, man. Just talking DFW Sports. Been something in the making of the DFW today. Football is finally back. Football is finally back. But unfortunately, football is finally back. If you talk about the Dallas Cowboys, we got preseason game reaction, and also Texas Rangers, man, it's still baseball season. They still have somewhat of a chance. The season is not over, but they ain't got much time, man. They ain't got much time. Time running out on them. They took another L today, man. Another L. Some bull, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, DeGrom, yeah, he was charged with the 3 runs, but at the same time, I think he still pitched decent enough. It's just the Rangers, they're not capitalizing with runners in scoring position. So that's just something that they got to figure out, that they got to have going. But, I only got a couple of subjects to talk about today. And the meat of the subject is Cowboys preseason game against the LA Rams as they dropped that game 31-21. I don't want to say I don't want to say everything was bad, but boy, it wasn't that much good. I will put it to you that way. So we'll go ahead and look over a little bit of that. I'm trying to check my streaming for my NFL Plus app because, like I said, I plan to really go hard this year for Dallas Cowboys content, damn show during the season for, the games and stuff like that. Give us some good film review and stuff like that. I was supposed to be doing it last year, only I never made it around to that time, but I'm trying to check to see if it's all working good. But then after that, I'll also talk about some Rangers baseball. We'll cap it off with Rangers baseball as well as they drop, not to the Yankees. Let me fix this. But they dropped game 2 against the Phillies. Philippines. Oh, man. As the Rangers dropped game 2 against the Philadelphia Phillies, they dropped the series. They lose 3-2 on a Jacob deGrom day. I don't want to say that Jacob deGrom was bad. He gave you 7 strikeouts only. He just gave up 3 runs. The Rangers just are not able to cash in when they have runners in scoring position. So this is something that has bugged them all season, and it's something that they got to get turned around if they want to have postseason play attribution. So, chime in real quick. I'll let y'all go ahead and foul in, man, on a good Saturday, man. We're getting closer and closer to it's all real, y'all. We're less than a month. If you celebrate college football as well, the Saturdays is about, three weekends away. So everything is rolling white into play. And if you're a big high school football fan, it rolls just as much as well in there, especially being in the state of Texas and in the DFW, man. A lot of things going good around here that'll lead us into October, that'll lead us into hockey season and then Maverick season. So Rangers, y'all got to come on with it before y'all be an afterthought, man. Y'all got to come on with it. But the Dallas Cowboys, let's move on to them. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Cowboys dropped game 1 against the Rams, and the Rams have been kicking our ass all week. Let's just be real. The Rams have been kicking our ass all week, yo. All week they've been kicking our ass, and We get to the game, man. How do y'all feel about Joe Milton? A lot of people said Joe Milton was the next one. Now, before I say the bad stuff, let me just say some good stuff. For the most part, he battled as much as he could. You can tell he has a long road. You know, he got a lot of work to do. He is raw as they come. Joe Milton, you can tell if everybody's looking at, if they're just blown away by the arm talent, I get it. But damn, Jamarcus Russell threw hard too. What's the deal? Y'all just don't like Dak that much? You know what I'm saying? But his first 2 drives, he just is not accurate, bro. He missed some throws, and CeeDee Lamb almost got himself crushed by the referee running down the sideline. Now, I do agree with CeeDee Lamb. He turned his back because the play was wide open. It should have been a touchdown, but Joe Milton just was not accurate on it. And, you know, for a dude who he was either short or he threw too far or he threw too strong, and it just wasn't accurate. You got all the arm talent in the world, but you ain't accurate, bro. That's just something he's going to really, really have to work on, bro. I will say he battled. He did try to battle, though. Will Greer came in, and you could tell Will Greer, for the most part, has ran a little bit more offense. But for a lot of people that were sitting there talking about Joe Milton, now, Joe Milton did have a hand injury going into it. Y'all remember in practice, he did have that thumb injury, you know what I'm saying? Hitting the helmet right there. Now, I'm not going to say that had anything to do with his accuracy issues. I just think he's just really inaccurate. If you want to say it, I don't want to say it because to me, Trey Lance was bad, but this almost looks like the same thing you're just rinsing and repeating right now. You're kind of going through the same thing, what you really went with. and you know, like I said, this is not to take away from Joe Milton because Joe Milton did show a little bit of poise. You know, I'm going back and forth between this and the Rangers game, but that 2-minute drive to end the first half, you saw Joe Milton getting a little bit of rhythm. You saw him able to, you know, move the offense down the field and do some things to get some points to at least to make them feel good about themselves to some degree. The defense, good Lord. Well, let's just stick on the offensive side. But Joe Milton, to me, that's when he seemed like he found a little bit of his rhythm when they went into 2-minute offense before they went into halftime. You know, only got field goals up. You know, Brandon Aubermatic is always going to knock it down and be the truth. But at the same time, I'm just looking at it and for Schottenheimer to come out and say, we're going to run the damn football. Them first 2 drives did not show anything about it. And if this is going to be a type of defense that gives up the type of runs that they did today, you forget about a run game. Forget about it because you're going to be behind all the time. Them boys came out. First possession, 3 straight passes, incomplete. Missed a lot of throws, bro. We missed a lot of throws. Joe Milton, I mean, I guess now that you got game experience and you can look at the tape in total because you got full rep. They're trying to let you do your thing. You threw 1 interception, which was, bro, to be honest, that intercept, it was a bad throw because he threw it in double coverage. You know what I'm saying? But the receiver did get his hands on the ball, but I just think that was a hellacious interception, bro. Sometimes you got to give credit to the defense, and the defense won on that interception. Now, he had a couple of other decisions that should have been interceptions. So yeah, you only threw 1 interception, and it was a great play by the defensive back, but you had a couple of other ones that should have been picked, that should have been charged to you. So overall, if you had to give Joe Milton a grade today, it was very much C-. I don't want to say he completely flunked, but it was barely above passing. What you did was show me you can operate 2-minute offense. It looks like you're going to be one of them up-tempo quarterbacks, just like every other college quarterback that comes out of college. You favor well in the up-tempo, you know, and that's understood because you left Michigan and went to Tennessee, and you was under Josh Heupel. Josh Heupel has that high-octane, no-huddle offense. I get it. So 2 minutes, you saw the 2-minute, it really clicked for him. Then he just started just kept grinding. He actually kept grinding. You know what I'm saying? But, QBR, what was it? 68.6? Like I said, it's about a C minus, bro. It's about a C minus. You only got sacked one time. I don't want to say that was all due to the offensive line. He actually did good with his feet to escape. That's kind of where I'm giving him a little bit of. It's more the 2-minute offense and his mobility to move in the pocket and try to avoid sacks is really where I'm giving Joe Milton his C minus right there. But I give him a lot of props because he still battled. Now he had the elbow injury. Looking at the reports in the post game, they were saying that it just seems like he just got hit on his funny bone on his elbow. He's saying he'll be straight going in. So we'll see what Schottenheimer and everybody else got to adjust going into this. I'm just going off pure of what I'm going on. Let me see if my stream works. Hold on one time. I just want to check something real quick. Let's remove this. Let me see something. Because if this is gonna work, I'm telling y'all, we're gonna have film sessions all football season. Ah, that boy working, ain't it? Ah, would you look at this? Would you look at this? Oh, nigga, shit. Oh. So we gonna have film sessions this year, bro. Last year I had the NFL Plus Premium. Anyway, I just didn't know they let you stream and do all that type of stuff. So soon as the all 22 come out, I will drop a live and we'll go over the film session, look at everything and see how it go. But yeah, y'all see it right there. So yeah, make sure y'all tune in football season this year. Oh yeah, most definitely. We in there. So like I said, as soon as the all 22 come out, I will go ahead and start doing live film sessions, man. Let's go ahead and get the all 22 and let's just really start looking over what's really going on with this football team going in there. But like I said, looking back at it, Joe Milton, I give him a C plus. Real Greer came in and did a little bit good in injury, ran in for a scoring touchdown, held it down. Now let's look at the running game. Let's look at the running backs. Malik Davis is your leading rusher with 7 toes for 63 yards. Malik Davis is basically, he came in that boy and ran like, look, y'all, I should have had a job here last year. Y'all shouldn't have let me go. Y'all not going to let me go this year. With looking at the corp of the running back room as it stands now, y'all got a space for me on here, either in the running back room or it's going to be on special teams. Deuce Vaughn, I'm an undersized guy. I root for him. But I just don't know what you're going to do with him. But Malik Davis came in that boy and toted the rock today. Yes, he did. He toted the rock. If anybody, so giving Malik Davis, I will give Malik Davis a solid B+. I would damn near give him an A, to be honest with you. I mean, 7 toes, 63 yards. You got 9 yards of whop. I'm gonna give him a solid B+. Solid B+. He toted it. He's, like I said, he carried that boy like, and he had the 21 on trying to look like Zeke in 21, you know what I'm saying? But it was good to see Malik Davis back, and to me, he was the star running back of today's game. That's easy. Like I said, I give him B+. Phil Maffa, we got dude out of Clemson. We drafted him. He got a few toes today. He got 10 touches, so it was basically 2 running backs that got the touches. You had Phil Maffa with 10 touches for 36 yards, 3.6 yards a wide. Getting his feet up underneath him. You can tell he's running like a rookie. Everything looks a little funny, but for the most part, I saw some good flashes in him. To be honest with you, Phil Maffa doesn't wow me. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing that really jumped off that said he wowed me, but he came in and he was serviceable. He looks like a back that, he's supposed to get the 3 yards in a cloud of dust. That's what we're looking for. And that's really what I kind of got from him today. And I'm not too mad about it. So if I had to grade him, Phil Maffa came in off of 10 touches, getting 3.6. I give him a C. I give him a C just because it just wasn't overly, he didn't do anything to really wow me, but he didn't do anything to say, okay, I have a lot to worry about. Get him, 10 touches is actually a good amount of touches. He just didn't really move the needle, so that's kind of where I give him a C right there. Deuce Vaughn had a couple carries. He had only really one big carry, but like I said, he's kind of getting lost in the mix. If Malik Davis can keep running the ball that he's running with, I just don't see what is going to happen with Deuce Vaughn right there. I really don't. I really don't see it right there. Let's look at the receiving. Everybody been talking about Trayshawn Holden. Trayshawn Holden. He's the next one. He's you know what I'm saying? Now, how do we grade it knowing that Joe Milton was wildly inaccurate today? So that's going to be kind of hard to grade the receivers, bro. It's going to be hard to grade the receivers until we can get a look at the all 22. And like I said, I just showed y'all, you know what I'm saying, a little glimpse. Nah, it's working. That boy working, and it's showing crisp. What? So when the all 22 come out, we're gonna drop a live and we're gonna go over it, y'all. We will go over it big time. As I'm looking at it now, that boy crisp and clearly on that boy. Going back to it, like I said, the receivers, that's kind of hard to grade just because Milton was wildly inaccurate. But Trayshawn Holden, you've been hearing a lot of things coming out of camp from him, and he showed his flashes for sure. His 2 targets, he made the most of it and got 2 receptions. And they were on some big key. It was on a big key drive that kind of sparked a little bit momentum for the Cowboys going in. Jalen Brooks ended up getting a couple touches in there for 26 yards. Ron Flournoy, he was a victim of some inaccuracies by Joe Milton coming up in here. Fairweather came in there and gave you some looks. You see, they're trying to do a lot of different things with the tight end position, knowing that they have a few injuries in there. And what I'm kind of crazy about is Luke Schoonmaker didn't really get a lot of run. But if I had to say the receivers in a whole, and I'm just going off the game as just looking off the instant wise, because like I said, don't fault me because I was going back and forth between this and the Rangers game. They had both of these games on at the same time, but I was catching good amount of the both games, real talk. So I just was flipping back and forth from TV on that, you know what I'm saying, one way on the end. But like I said, we do got this boy going right now, and we're gonna relook at the game anyway. We're gonna relook at the game broadcast anyway, and then as soon as the all 22 come out, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna break it down, y'all. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification chime, especially when it comes to some Cowboy stuff, because we're gonna be locked in this year. We're gonna really try to focus and lock in. But the receiver group, I just had to sit here and say this is a receiver group. I mean, they weren't too bad. I think, better accuracy. They did get open. Receivers did get open. So, I don't want to give them an incomplete, but it's not like they did anything extra neither. So I'd give them a C. Now the defense. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Oh, man. The defense, yo. It's going to be another one of them seasons, y'all. The depth question that I have is the depth of the Cowboys, bro. They can't afford no injuries, bro. They can't afford it. Now, before I do go to the defense, looking at the offensive line, I'd have to go back and look at it tonight because it's kind of hard to, what I was looking at. I was kind of really more focused on Joe Milton. I was looking at the left tackle a little bit in that situation, and then, I was running back and forth to the Rangers. But at the same time, bro, the defense, they're still lighting their britches, bro. They got moved off the rock all night tonight. Now, in the second half, they kind of tightened up. But at the same time, bro, they're thin, bro. They are thin up front without their starting rotation, bro. When you look at rotation men, because this is the type of defense that Eberflus is really going to bring, right? Right? He's going to bring one of those defense where it's about bodies and everybody, is active and stuff like that. If you mean to tell me it's just only the starters that can get active like that, then we're going to have problems, because I'm telling you, that defense got ran through, my boy. They got ran through. It wasn't even cool, bro. It was not good. It was not good for the defensive performance, bro. Corner-wise, oh, Lord, man. Early in the game, you had a lot of third downs, and without blitzing, like I said, if the Cowboys want to be successful, they're going to have to blitz. And that sucks, because if you're blitzing, you're going to have to leave your corners out there. And you saw the corners that you had out there today. What was going on. Like, for real. Dudes was getting burnt. Dudes was getting cooked. Now, Israel McQuamu did come in there and get him an interception, but Dudes was getting cooked. And it's because they're not generating no pass rush. None. They have no pass rush. From what I was looking at, it was literally no pass rush. None. I mean, they got the game going on. Let me see. I can just play it in the background for y'all real quick. I did not want to. My bad. Hold on. Let me see real quick. Because I got the telecast going. NFL Plus Premium app is pretty fire, though. No lie. Replays. Okay. Give me the condensed game. Shit. Give me the condensed game. Let me see if I can work this real quick. I know it'd be taking a minute. Replays. Two replays. Okay, they got the condensed version. So y'all want to watch the replay? Y'all want to watch the replay? We can do that. Let's see. Y'all want to watch the replay? Let's do that. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and just watch the replay, y'all, for those who didn't catch it. You know what I'm saying? For those who didn't catch it. Looking at it. Trying to figure why it's doing that. Oh no. All right. I just don't know why it's looking like that, but I guess it'll be straight. They gonna flag me for this, but it's all good. That's why I want to look at the all 22. That was a good hit. But it got Bell, that shoulder strung up on him. You know what I'm saying? That was a good throw by Stetson Bennett, though. Good throw. This is where they're walking it right down on us. Oh, yeah, we going to be lit this year. Y'all. Play action. Trying to. Come on now. This right here, we were beat. We were torched. Who was 30? He got torched. Hold on, bro. Who was 30? He got torched. Mitchell, boy, we've been trying to give you a chance. You got torched, bruh. Him got torched, sir. Good play right there. Ooh, Andrew Booth got him. He looked like he was out of bounds, but that wasn't too bad of coverage. That was good recovery. I think that was good recovery by Andrew Booth, but you got beat off the line, bro. In the goal line situation, they running it. Just giving up too many yards, man. Too many yards. Too many yards, yo. Good job by Leah Foul right there to force him back inside. That's how you do it right there. Good job to force him back inside. But this is where we get pushed up front. Linebackers, we can't really read it. We can't really feel it. And you see it gets punched in, wide open hole right there. Just good blocking scheme right there. We're just too basic down here. Just too basic, and we're too light. Patrick Turner, I like his effort, but he just too light. Okay, let's run it again. He might look a little glitchy on the stream. Ooh, boy, Cropper got planted. He got planted. All right, here we go. First possession. Good pocket presence. Good job to move your feet. Set your feet. You set your feet, that's a catch right there. The inaccuracy. But set your feet. Dak has that same issue. Right there, you throw it behind Deuce Vaughn. Although if that was a completion, that wasn't going nowhere. It might have got you 4 yards, but you throw it behind him, that's incomplete. That was a bad decision, and that should have been an interception. So your first series, you went 3 and out quickly. Quickly, you went 3 and out. Man, get him up off the screen. I ain't tripping on him. All right, going back, we just looking at it. Okay, they moving down the field. This is where we got in trouble with the 3rd and 4th down situation coming here on the second drive as they're in 3rd and short. They did a good job right there. They did a good job right there, but it's going to be 4th. If you're, Thursday night, if you're playing against the Eagles, this is what's going to happen. It was an easy run out by Stetson Bennett right there. Once we play Philadelphia Thursday, this is what's going to happen. So they get the first down. Donovan trying to get around the edge. We got lucky right there. Andrew Booth basically gets digged in right there, but we get lucky because the receiver drops it. Again, pass rush, not terrible, but not that good as, what is that, Drake Stoops? He ate us up right there. The motion. Look at the motion. Got us moving everywhere. It just looks like the Rams had a better game plan than the Cowboys did. That's really what it looked like. There go the run. There you go. Good job, Marquise Bell. Only he still drives farther. That's the problem. We too light in our britches. Ooh, and we get in pass interference. We get tangled up right there. I like Marquise Bell, lining up and being able to guard backs up out of the backfield. Look like he just got hit with a certain moment. Okay, name is throw right there. More balance right there. I can't wait to look at the all 22. Second and goal. Good tackle right there. Who was that? Who was 46? Only they didn't finish it. They still got too much. And right there, they drive in for another touchdown. So basically what you saw was, you gave up an early drive. You gave up a fourth down conversion on the second drive. And, I think it had to do with more play scheme. I think it was more about the preparation and play scheme that, Sean McVay had going in, that basically those first couple of drives worked for him. And I just think the Cowboys, I think they were playing vanilla, but damn. Sean McVay, he didn't waste no time looking at him like that, for sure. Big Mike, what's good, Joe? What's good, man? Appreciate you for tuning in. Yeah, man, it's about to be football season. It's about to go down, man. I'm going to try to, Cowboy content will be jumping and rocking here. So, if you're looking for some of that football content, especially with the Cowboys, holla at me. Okay, so you got Jalen Tolbert. I'm here to tell y'all, bro, he going to have to find somewhere else to play. And how many times did you see this? This is something we didn't talk about. Pre-snap penalties, legal procedures. Literally, we were on in the red zone goal line, and same player couldn't line up right. That hurt us right there. Good pocket presence right there. Just late throw, bad decision too. Late throw, bad decision, and then there you go. You win 2 straight possessions, and you got nothing. 2 straight possessions, and you got nothing. So, I mean, hey, got to do better right there. Now it looks like they starting, the defense. Okay, y'all got to find a way to start, find your ways about yourself. Find your ways about yourself. I know they're going to flag me for this, but I just want to see how this looks while I'm streaming it. Because like I said, I got the NFL Plus Premium, and I'm like, bro, I had it last year. I just didn't know you could stream it along on devices as well. So like I said, hold on, let's rewind that. Because like I said, it's really just look, no pass rush. Can't nobody get there. That's a 2nd and 14, and they get it. Because you can't really get no pass rush. You're not really affecting the quarterback. But they do have the all 22 going. As you see, this is the condensed game. I think it's 24 to 48 hours. The all 22 come out. Soon as the all 22 come out, y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe. We'll go over the all 22 over this game and have everything going. What I plan to do for the season is the same way. We'll do a Cowboys game stream unless I'm at the game, or it will be like Thanksgiving and Christmas. We'll be with family, so we won't stream those games. I think the Giants game I plan to go to, but outside of all of that, we'll stream these games. After we stream them, when the all 22 come out, we'll go over the all 22. And then after the all 22, later in the week, we'll go over the all 22, possibly over the next opponent that we're about to play. So y'all chime in, especially since it's about to be football season. After we get over this, after we get the condensed view out the way, we will talk some Texas Ranger baseball for sure. Yeah. But you see, penalties. Penalties was another. I talked to my brothers before the game, and I was like, bro, the main thing I'm looking at is like the execution of stuff. How do we look communicating? You know what I'm saying? Is there a problem with us getting personnel on and off the field? Are we burning timeouts to do that? What about procedural penalty? How about that stuff? And see, right here, we get a good return by October, but we get a flag on us on the special teams, stuff like that. And to be honest, they had too many plays. They had back-to-back pre-snap penalties. It killed them in the red zone and kind of changed some things right there for them. Joe Milton, mean stiff arm. That was like the first running play right there, and that they got positive right there. So then Deuce Vaughn, that was by far probably his biggest run right there. Two Guns, what's good, my guy? What's good? Hey man, I'ma hit your DM, my guy. Make sure y'all tune in to my boy Mikey Two Guns, our Bleeping City. He hold it down for Boston sports. As well, not to mention Big Mike and Swish for Real Basketball. Him and the fellas over there, Boogie Bob, Wild, all of them over there. They hold it down over there. They hold it down. So my stream got suspended. Hold on, y'all. I knew that was going to happen. They didn't want me doing that. They didn't want me doing that, so I got to do the all 22 then. It's going to come back, y'all. You got it, Two Guns. You got it, man. Y'all going to have to come back to the stream. Damn, I done fucked up the stream, yo. So they won't let me play like the gameplay, but I bet you they'll let me do the all 22. Just because the all 22 don't have the it's not anything of the broadcast. Nigga said they flagged the shit out your ass, boy. They flagged the shit out me. See if I can go back. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can go back. They said stream is unavailable. God damn, Cletus. They didn't like you doing that. We back, man. They didn't like me doing that, y'all. They didn't like me doing that. They flagged me. They flagged me for that. But it's okay. Like I said, yeah. You right, Two Guns. They flagged me for that, and I knew they would. I knew that. I just had to see if it worked more than anything. And it did work, but it's just because it's part of the telecast. But I wonder how it's gonna let me do with the all 22, because the thing with the all 22 is it's not the live telecast. So we'll see. I just want to see how it looked. I want to see how it looked, and it looked great. But they suspended the fuck out my shit. And they said, nah, nigga, you ain't done it. It's like, damn, I broke bread with y'all, though. Damn, y'all can break bread with me, too. What you mean? I done paid for the damn app. What you talking about? But you know, going back and look over, I'm just re-looking over the game while, you know what I'm saying, y'all might not can see it, but I'm going back and looking over it. Phil Moffa come in there trying to do it. This is still second quarter. Going back over everything. Ooh, he took one to the chops. Now he overthrew Schoonmaker right there, but he did have somebody come in his face right there. You know, let me not say it like that. He had pressure in his face. And then Joe Milton dropped back and tried to throw it to Mingo. He got lucky because it was what they called it, pass interference right there. So we get a new set of downs. First 10 sitting inside the 20. Phil Moffa gets a big run right there. Good run of what, about 6-7 right there. Give it to Phil Moffa again. But this was play action. But unfortunately, we had a illegal procedure penalty. We couldn't line up correctly. Okay, so what happens in the next play? What happens on the very next play? Phil Moffa gets a big toe, gets that boy all the way down to the 1 yard line, but unfortunately, it's another flag. Why? Illegal procedure. Again, back to back, the same person. Come on, man. Can't be having that. Can't be having that, man. Ooh, and then on the very next play, trying to throw the cropper on the out. That should have been a pick right there. Milton got lucky. Like I said, those were two passes early in the first half that you saw. He should have been picked off. Now, Phil Moffa, you're running with your pads way too high. Way too high. Bro, they straight suspended the knees. I was just testing to see how they was going to do it. Now, I wonder how they'll do the all-22. I really do. I know it's still part of the NFL footage, but at the same time, like I said, what they say is the imaging of the live telecast, and this is really that playback is really of the telecast. Now, the all-22 should be different because it's not the telecast. So, we going to see it's not like he keep the score or anything like that. And I know a big thing that happened was, they was interviewing them, the coaches and stuff like that. That's what would getting the person killed right there. It's just about following the rules and regulation. But I'm telling you, I'm going to see how the all-22 work. And if I can do it on the all-22, then we should be straight. I just want to see how it looked and to see if it worked. Had to log in. So we're going to see a resolution to the Michael Parsons situation, you think, or is he going to get traded? He's not going to get traded. That's not going to happen. Before the Cowboys would trade him, and you would have to give up the farm, but before the Cowboys would trade Michael Parsons, they're going to franchise tag him. That's my belief. That's my belief right there. They will actually tag him. Bro, they flagged the shit out of me for that. That's cool. Because when the all-22 come out, I'm going to do it. I'm going to look, and we're going to see how it is. Because I had a feeling, I'm like, bro, this is the live telecast. They're going to get your ass. They're going to get your ass. Ooh, we got lucky right there. Tripped and fell right there. So this is like live game stream anyway, game stream recap. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking over right here. Okay, 3rd and 15. We finally get off the field after getting the field goal. So it's 14-3. We finally get off the field. Defense gets a stop. That's good enough right there. Okay, here we come. Oh, good job to let that bounce. We got lucky. It bounced out, but we let it bounce. That was a hellacious punt. Now we're on 1st and 10, trying to get a drive going. I think that's Phil Maffa getting the tote. Like I said, he got the average 3 yards clouding the dust. He just running way too high with his pads. Boot, roll out. So who's that? Neville. 3rd and 4, another 3rd down conversion we're looking to come up to. Rams blitz, good pass protection, and great catch by Jalen Brooks right there. I did not understand having 2 receivers in the same spot, but Jalen Brooks came up with a big catch right there. Followed by a film off a run right there. That wasn't, that didn't do too well. Here come Cropper on the end round reverse, which I like that. I like to see him but you know who that's going to be for. That's going to be all for Turpin. That's going to be all for Turpin. 3rd and 4, Milton rolls out. They short. 3rd and short. Good throw to Neville, but he's short. They're going for it on 4th and 1. Quarterback sneak, and he slips and falls. Man, he got lucky. He slipped and fell on a quarterback sneak. That show you how raw Joe Milton is going to be. Ooh, and he overthrew him. He had him up there on the 1st and goal right there. He had him, and he overthrew him. But then on 2nd down, they throw a screenplay to Phil Maffa. He gets out of bounds. This is that 2-minute drive where they actually got a little momentum. And then he throws it to Cropper on the receiver. Yeah. And that's basically about it right there. They have to settle for 3 going to 14-6 into the halftime. He had a touchdown right there, bro. He just overthrew it, over anxious. His accuracy really killed him. Really killed him. Coming out in the 2nd half now. Ooh, good move, Cropper. Good return. He did some good returning. Now we trying to run the ball. Coming out with the possession in the 2nd half. Get 7 yards from Phil Maffa right there. Quarterback keep by Joe Milton right here. He can run the football. Like I said, it's just like, it almost looked like, what's his name? Trey Lance. It really do. Except this Joe Milton got a way stronger arm. Phil Maffa toasted in there. Not too much gain. 2nd and 7. Play action boot. Good job to step up in the pocket by Joe Milton. He sets his feet, throw it deep, and this is where the interception occurred. Bad decision because it was really 1-on-2. You got to throw that to the back pylon of the end zone if you're going to do anything. Either your receiver can get it or nobody can get it. I think that was really a hellacious play by the DB from the Rams right there, but nonetheless, it was a turnover. It killed the drive. Cowboys back on defense. Big play by 91 right there. Who was that? Tyrus Wheat? Tyrus Wheat blew up the end right there to force Stetson Bennett basically to scramble out, but he did get 8 yards. Running game got hit up again for a first down right there. What else? First and 10, play action boot. Give it on a quick out. Good 7-yard gain. I mean, we just slow to react. We're not disciplined reading our keys. Come on, Kwamu. Ooh, good job to force the pocket. Here comes Kwamu right here. Kwamu gets it back. Hellacious pick by Kwamu right there. Kwamu was actually burnt, but great job by the defensive line actually getting pressure on Stetson Bennett and really rushed the pass and forced it on him. Kwamu, with his size and length, was able to hawk the ball down. First and 10, play action, and Joe Milton just misses a wide open. Bro, come on, man. Ooh. Phil Moffa get the toe right there. Oh, my gosh, dude. He was wide open. And you miss another receiver, bro. Joe Milton just, like I said, he battled, but good Lord. He missed way too many throws. Way too many throws. What you got, Two Guns? Who are the players Cowboy fans are most curious to see? Well, a lot of people was talking about Joe Milton. Joe Milton, Dak is such a bum. Yeah, Joe Milton can replace him. Okay. That ain't it. You're probably gonna look at your boy from Boston College, your boy Izaraku. Now he didn't do too much today, but they've been talking about in camp he's been doing good. So Izaraku is one that a lot of people are looking forward to. The running back position, Jaden Blue is a big one that a lot of people are looking at. That was a big run given up right there. Just the run defense get gashed. I think another player that probably a lot of people want to look out for. Damn, what's his name? Linebacker that came from Chicago to follow Eberflus. Damn, I can't think of his name right now, but people are, high on him as well. Play action. It wasn't play action. They stopped the run right there. Stop the run right there. 2nd and 15. Oh, that should have been a pick, but it ended up being a catch. That should have been a pick by number 50 linebacker right there. Who was that? But should have been a pick. Went right through his hands. Good job right there. It was 48. Good job right there, Childress. Childress is another guy who's trying to get his wings up in there. Oh, you got scared. 86 got scared. Boy, they're going to look on that. 3rd and 14. They run the football. We do get the stop right there. Let me check where we at. He said, Bazooka Joe, gifted to you guys from the Pats. I feel you. I appreciate that, but I mean, he got a lot of work to do. Like you say, dude got an absolute cannon, but he can't shoot straight. Luckily for him, he's shooting with like a 50 cal, where you just got to shoot it in the direction. But damn, bro, I need pinpoint accuracy. In the NFL, I need pinpoint accuracy. Yeah, Donovan Izaraku, bro. Like that's a name that has been ringing through camp that a lot of people, a lot of Cowboy fans are really looking forward to. Like I said, I was just fooling around with and I just wanted to see if I could actually stream, and I could stream from my NFL Plus stream, but they don't want me to play. Now I hope it don't do your boy like that on the film session. Because like I said, the All 22, it don't have anything of the broadcast. So I think that's where they definitely was going to flag me. I already knew that. But Joe Milton, like I said, I gave him a C-, bro. What I will give him is that he battled. He still battled. What I liked about him was his footwork in the pocket, able to not get sacked. Okay, there we go. Kelly with a good, that's a good boot rollout right there. For about a first down right there. That was good. Another boot rollout. Now, I like what Schottenheimer's doing right here late in the third quarter. Your quarterback is better on the run like that, so why not give him more play action boot? I gave him a C- because his pocket work was actually pretty decent today. Joe Milton pocket work was pretty good. He was able to, like, manipulate and move the pocket. He just ain't accurate. He's just not accurate at all. Oh, that was a defensive holding right there. He did hold him. He did hold him. Maybe if he don't hold him, that's a good pass play right there to Flournoy. Oh, we got lucky. That was holding right there. But see, Joe Milton is able to escape the pocket. He did great job avoiding sacks today because there were still a lot of rushers coming dead at him. There were. And he was able to maneuver up out of there. He did. Ooh, and we give up a wide open pass, a bust in the secondary. That was probably the first misplay in communication I saw of the defense. And that's bad because they were still kind of playing poorly in the beginning. It was just more because they couldn't stop the run and get the pass rush. They had some bodies that went down as well. We'll go over that as well. Ugh. Gave a first down. Just we're getting moved. We're getting moved. Now we're into the fourth quarter. It's still 17-6. Play action boot. They get in first and goal. Sitting about at the 4-yard line. Defense trying their all. They try to shoot the gap. Not a good enough. Running back still made a good enough play. Gets it down to about the 2-yard line. Let's see what else we can do. Yeah, man, your boy Donovan Ezeraku, man, a lot of people up on high on him. Milton does have a lot of work to do. He's like, hey, just got to find it to put it all together. Got to put it all together. Cowboys get lucky. Rams get a holding penalty right here. We're just going over the Cowboys recap. I did get flagged earlier. I got flagged, but, I just want to see if I could stream, and I could. And I'm hoping I don't get flagged for the all 22. Because, like I said, that's not even the telecast. And here comes that real route. Nah, it was that halfback choice route. He ran it inside. Touchdown Rams. Again, pass rush non-existent. Linebackers drop too deep. Running backs wide open. That's easy money. Easy money. Easy money. 24-6. Cowboys is getting handled, but then again, like I say, you show resolve and you battle back. They show resolve and they battle back. Boy, they said great pocket presence. You just threw that in the dirt. But great pocket presence on that play. Who came in toting? Who's that toting the route? I couldn't really see that. First 10, great pocket presence, sits back. You waited way too long to throw that, but it was still completed. Great pocket presence again. Now you got a wide open receiver down the sideline. Great connection. Who is 7? Tolson. Oh, right there we had a touchdown. And we get what? A false start. Anything to ruin the momentum for the Cowboys, that happened. But Joe Milton is coming on strong. Like I said, his pocket presence is actually pretty good. He moved out of a lot of sacks today, bro. That's why I gave him a C-. If it wasn't for him moving up out of the pocket, bro, he would have got a D. Like, for real. Good toe right there. Here come Malik Davis in the game. When he came into the game, it was a different boost of energy. Different boost of energy when some Malik Davis came in. Big difference. Now they're on the goal line. Malik Davis then got him down there. They're trying to get him the touchdown, but the Rams are holding firm right here. Third and goal. Third and goal. Cowboys get ready to try to punch it in. They bring Phil Maffa in, and we get guess what? Pre-snap penalty, false start. That was the worst thing that I wanted to see today, was a lot of procedural penalties and pre-snap penalties. But Joe Milton holds it down, throws it to the back of the end zone. That was a great throw right there from him. That was a great throw to him right there. Great pocket presence to sit in the pocket. Set your feet, but he threw it to the back pylon. If you're going to throw it to the back pylon. Good throw. Fairweather with the two-tap swag right there. Two-tapper. They go for two. Great pocket presence. Wide open again. Great throw, Milton. Milton showed and he battled. That drive right there, he battled. That's why I was like, nah, bro. Joe Milton battled. Now, he's wildly inaccurate, but he battled. He battled. I will give him that. It's 24-14 in the fourth quarter. After we get that touchdown and two-point conversion, special teams has elapsed. Give up a big return all the way past the 40-yard line. So one thing go good, then, it go bad, just like the Texas Rangers, what I'm going to talk about to end this live. You know what I'm saying? I hate that I got flagged, but it's all right. Ugh, boy. Running back all the way to the second level, and our safety gets crushed. Defensive line just getting pushed. The thing I'm seeing, bro, we ain't got no depth. Dudes is on their backs, on the ground. It's going to be a long season, y'all. Especially if we get hurt. And there goes another back-to-back. On back-to-back runs, you give up over 15-plus yards. And number 37, he's getting trucked. Back-to-back plays, he gets trucked. Back-to-back plays, he got trucked. Who was that? No, 39 got trucked. He got scared. 39 got scared, and he ate the dirt. Then left 37 to get smacked. There you go. You couldn't make the play, 39 or 36. The secondary is in trouble, too. This defense is going to have a lot of work to do, bro. They're going to have a lot of work to do. As the Rams are driving in, it's second to go in the fourth quarter, play action boot, wide open in the back of the end zone, touchdown Rams. That was easy. That was easy. 31. What is it, 31-14? Yep. Basically, the Rams got it in the bag right now. They got it in the bag right now. You see that 70-yard field goal? I saw it on X, man. I saw that, like, he casually booted a 70-yarder, bro. Like, it was nothing. Casually. What the hell? Yeah, man, let us have a little fun now. Like I said, I hope they don't do me like that on the All 22 because I like to get some film session going on, but we'll see. Cowboys do got it, They say they face a third place schedule, but I'm like, to have the AFC West and the NFC North, that is not an easy schedule. And then your own division got better because the Philly was always giving us some tough times, but now you got Washington being good, and we can't sleep on the Giants this year. Even though we done beat on the Giants consecutively for some years, this could be the year. This could be the year. For real. All right, so now we get back on the drive right now. Like I said, we're just going over the condensed review. Joe Milton is still in. Good pocket presence. He got good time. Offensive line gave him a whole bunch of time right there, and that was a hellacious wasn't a catch by Jalen Brooks. He tried to catch it, but there goes the inaccuracy right there. Second down. They hand it off. Malik Davis looking like Zeke Elliott 2.0 with the 21 on. That 16-yard gain. Give it to him again. Give it to him again. This time he gets like 20 yards. Malik Davis 8, bro. And that's where Will Greer comes in as Joe Milton ended up getting his funny bone hit. As soon as Will Greer comes in, what happens? False start. Then we try to run a zone read. We almost mixed it up, but boy, Malik Davis ran in that boy like, bro, he looked like Zeke 2.0. He came in that boy running like Zeke 2.0. As time is going down, Will Greer escapes the pocket, extends with his legs. I don't know why you slid before the first down. That was poor IQ right there. You had the first down and you slid in front of it. You got to do better than that, but they get it with Malik Davis getting the first down. They throw a screen play to Phil Maffa. He gets the first down right there as they're moving closer to the end zone. Here comes Will Greer. Throws it to the back part of the end zone. Nothing could go. Nothing could go. And I think this is where Will Greer takes it in upon himself. Try to look at the offensive line. That's where we're going to look at the all 22 gives you a better look at the offense and defensive lines, really, to be honest with you. And if they do flag me, we'll just, I'll just do it like this going live while I'm, doing it this way. Good pump fake. Will Greer as he gets into the end zone. Cowboys do put up 3 touchdowns. Not enough. As sloppy as they played, I'm going to be real with you. Looking at the condensed, I'll probably look at it again. Looking at the condensed film, bro, they left a lot of plays on the board, bro. They really did. Like I said, Joe Milton, he had a touchdown in the back of the end zone. He overthrew it. He had a couple drives where they could have moved it. They had a drive where they were running the ball in there, and they had pre-snap penalties, especially the 2-minute drive that was getting ready to go into halftime. Had they scored a touchdown right there, that could have been different right there. That could have been all different, but it went for naught. Cowboys dropped that L. They'll have to get ready for their next one. Let's see. They're playing. Let me see. Boy, they flagged the shit out of me. They suspended the whole live. Said, nah, nigga, stop this. Cease and desist. You bastards. I just hope they don't do the all 22. But if they do, I'll just do the live like this and then just see what I'm looking at. That's fine. We'll basically do it with y'all. So I'm still cool with it. It ain't going to stop the shine. Next one is Ravens down here next Saturday at AT&T Stadium. What time is it? Almost 11 o'clock. So, like I said, man, as I went back, looking at this game, the condensed version, like I said, the all 22 is going to give you the look in the trenches. So that's kind of why I didn't try to look that much. So when the all 22 come out, we'll get a better look and we'll go over the trenches. But looking at, like I said, Joe Milton, bro, what I liked about him was his pocket savviness. He was able, his offensive line wasn't at full strength, and he was able, the Cowboys only gave up 1 sack. Only 1 sack, and that was early in the game. But after that, Joe Milton did a good job of basically moving in the pocket. So I will give him that. Like I said, that 2-minute drive to end the first half, and then, coming down to the end of the third quarter where they were moving, he showed a little poise there. He showed poise. So I'm willing to give him that. I am. I really am. Like I said, they gave up over 140 yards rushing or something like that. I still don't like that. They're too thin up front. They're getting pushed around way too damn much. But at the same time, first preseason game, they were very vanilla. I wonder if, Schottenheimer had any pissed off plays. You know what I'm saying? I'm pissed off plays, but I don't think you saw a couple bombs go through, and I think Schottenheimer has a little bit of better creativity. It's just you saw some running of the action, but Malik Davis, bro, I think you have another running back in the mix. The way he came in there and told it that, but man, you got another running back in the mix is all I'm gonna say. That's facts. Now, let me talk about these raggedy Texas Rangers before we end this live, man. Like I said, I was going back and forth in between this. This is a critical stretch going down here for baseball season, man. And the Rangers just got to keep trying to hold it together as they took an L against the Philadelphia Phillies as they dropped this series at home already 2 games. Now they will try to avoid the sweep tomorrow. Jacob deGrom did have a better start. Now, the 3 runs was charged to him, but at the same time, his last 2 starts were real bad. Like, he wasn't even getting to the 5th inning, getting through the 5th inning, but he gave you 6 2/3, gave you 8 Ks as well. He only walked 1 batter, so that worked fine for him. But the main thing I continue to look at is the lineup. Now, they got more hits. They got 9 hits. They're starting to hit. The problem is they're leaving way too many men on base, bro. They leaving way too many stranded, and that's really what's killing them as the team went 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. As Simeon was 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position, Seager was, Garcia was, your top guys was 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position. Wyatt Langford was 1 for 2. You know what I'm saying? You just, bro, y'all got to come with it. And like I said, the pitching wasn't too terrible. I mean, Jacob deGrom giving 3 runs, that's probably okay. That's a game that he just toward the end, he ended up getting touched. But most part for it, he was really on the money, bro. He was really on the money. But you're not capitalizing with runners in scoring position. Wyatt ended up doing it. And then Corey Seager ended up having him a solo shot in the 8th inning. But it all started in the 7th inning. It was all good. deGrom had the lead, and then the 7th inning just fell apart on him. You know what I'm saying? And it just seemed like he's not getting past that. He's not getting past that 6th inning unscathed. So tough loss for the Rangers, man. As you see, it drops them back, and they just keep sitting there hovering around. Bro, if you get outside 6 games, bro, if you get outside of 6 games with like 40 games left, you can chalk that up as y'all will be basically vacationing early. It's kind of how I see it. Y'all don't have that much left, man, in the tank. Y'all got to make it happen. And like I said, their pitching is not doing bad, bro. Y'all can't let a good season of pitching go to waste like this because y'all lineup is not cashing in. And that's really the problem with the Texas Rangers. They're not cashing in with runners in scoring position. That is their biggest issue right now. They are not cashing in with runners in scoring position. They got to figure that out. Tomorrow, the Wings and Mystics will be in play at 3:30, basically right after the Rangers and Phillies game 3. You got Patrick Corbin taking the mound. Shit, the Phillies got their ace Wheeler coming out on the mound. Boy, it's gonna be tough because if y'all get swept here, I'll be in action. I'll be in the Globe Life Monday against the Diamondbacks. Y'all get swept here, bro. Let me look at it. Boy, they flagged the shit out. That was funny as fuck. 5.5 back. Wild card. 2.5 back. Bro, you're losing a lot of ground. You're losing a lot of ground right now, bro. You really are. The Guardians are over you. I think the Royals they are behind you, but they got tiebreaker over you. Yankees got tiebreaker over you. Mariners got tiebreaker over you. I think the Red Sox got tiebreaker over you. Woo! Rangers got to get it together or don't get it at all, man. They got to find out something. They really do got to find out something, and I hope they find it quick. But they take another L. Bro, I don't know what to tell you. This is the Six Flags of Texas Rangers, bro. They put you on the wild roller coaster ride, bro. So, like I said, apologies that we got flagged earlier for, showing the live, what was going on in the game on the Rams. But hopefully they don't do us like that with the all 22. But even if they do, I will still give you film look. And then the stuff that I'm looking at, that what happened, I'll just share the screen on that particular thing, and we'll go from there. You know what I'm saying? We'll just have to work at it a little bit. It's nothing, but we digging in the NFL season this year. So I don't know why, because the Cowboys are still going to be bad, but we're going to have something for y'all this year, football season. We're going to be rolling, so y'all stay tuned. Ranger season, like I said, man, they're on a lifeline. So they're on lifeline right now. as they're 2 games over 500, and their stock keep falling. It keeps falling. If they get swept, it's gonna be bad. You done already lost the series. You're supposed to be winning mostly every series going out, and the Rangers' schedule is just not. It's not gonna get easier. It is not gonna get easier. Rangers Jacob deGrom snaps out of funk, but offense lets him down and lost versus Phillies, as Sean McFarland just posted this about 10:22. Let's see. Jacob deGrom basically saying, when I needed to make pitches, I didn't make the pitches. deGrom said on with an air of frustration not often expressed this season. We lost the game because of that. I wouldn't put this on you, deGrom. The loss is on deGrom's ledger for a third straight start for the first time that's happened in 6 seasons. Rangers scored early, but the Rangers went 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position after Langford's first inning single. Then Seager got a home run, but outside of that, bro, they did absolutely nothing with runners in scoring position, and that's really what's hurting the Rangers this year. That's really what's hurting the Rangers this year. It was a greatest hits run by Rangers offense that ranked bottom 5 against the left-handed pitching. It amounted to their 18th loss this season, in which they allowed 3 or fewer runs. You've lost 18 games when your pitching staff gives up 3 runs or less. I repeat, you have lost 18 games when your pitching staff gives up 3 runs or less. 18. You're 2 games over 500. You're 5.5 games back of the Astros. You're 2.5 games back of the Yankees for the final wild card spot. 18 games you have dropped because your offense cannot fucking score runs. This is Sean McFarland, Texas Rangers beat writer for the Dallas Morning News. 18th loss this season in which they've allowed 3 or fewer runs. Only the Pittsburgh Pirates and San Francisco Giants have more of that caliber. Bruce Bochy said they're trying. They're trying. Trust me. It's frustrating for all of us. deGrom went 6 scoreless innings, and then in the 7th inning, he just kind of fell apart right there. The slider, which deGrom lamented as the one that he yanked across the plate, was intended to be a pitch away. Instead, it chased him from the game after 99 pitches. It snapped a streak of consecutive starts in which deGrom allowed 5 runs to both the Angels and the Mariners. He struck out 8 batters in his first 6 innings and was able to address a mechanical issue, the fact that he was flying open again too much in between starts. So, like I said, his last 2 outings was terrible, bro. 5 runs, not even making 5 innings, but I will give him this go round, bro. You went into the 7th inning. You carried a no-hitter all the way through 6. You was shutting them out through 6 innings, and then 7th inning gave you trouble. But like I said, that is a damning stat that you have lost 18 games this year when you're starting pitching has gave up 3 runs or less. Woo! So, like I've been telling y'all again, if the Rangers do make the postseason, this is all going to be squarely on their offense. It's going to be on their lineup. Until their lineup can prove that they're going to be consistent, they're always going to be in trouble. They're always going to be in trouble, bro. So they're going to have to figure it out. Yes, they are. They're going to have to figure it out. I still think they're in trouble because there's nothing from this lineup that shows me they're going to stay consistent. It's just not happening. I think they're maxed out, and I just don't think they're hungry enough because they already got a ring. So that's just my take on it. So hopefully they don't get swept tomorrow. 135 will be the pitch off. Like I said, Patrick Corbin will be on the mound as he kind of got roughed up the last time we saw him against the New York Yankees Monday. He had got torched up. Let's see if he can bounce back, and let's see if the Rangers can avoid the sweep. Also, when the all 22 come out, let's see if the NFL and YouTube don't flag my ass for showing the all 22. But even if they do, we'll still break it down once it come out. So appreciate y'all for joining in the chat one time for your boy on live. Whenever the all 22 come out, we'll drop that live strictly over the Cowboys, and we'll just keep running it, man. So y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, hit that notification chime for your boy one time. Follow me on X at Drewski Selfmade, all the done data stuff, man. Until then, to the next time, do everything with love because love always wins. That's the law. And with that, I'm out, y'all. Peace.
Self-made independent hoe, I'm all about my businesses. I consistently continue to bring energy and on that keep it popping like I'm full of electricity. Try to hold me out, I wish you would have the audacity. Take a rap laxative, now I'm shitting on the industry. Self-made not a title cause it's my identity, and wear it on my skin like it's a part of my ethnicity. Mary keep on blowing like instruments in a symphony. That keep a player buzzing like Twitter when you mention me. Being 100's a everyday living tendency, and ain't faced by hating, it makes me increase my intensity.